Well, hello. It is time. The next build has to be made. We're back in the creative viewer request build world thing instead of the other world, and we need to increase the pixel art density. So I am going to make Atlas and Peabody, if I remember correctly, underneath the USS Enterprise. So, let's start, shall we? They're not huge, but we still have to do it. So let's go with the color selection first. For the outline, I'm going to use Obsidian as always. Then the colors that I will need orange. They're metallic, so I need to go for a smooth orange. So I think orange concrete is what I'll be choosing. Terracotta doesn't give me the orange that I want. The eye is metallic as well, so that's fine. For Atlas, I need light blue. For the body itself, I think white concrete is a little bit too gray. They're like really white. So I think I'm going to go maybe quartz, but otherwise snow would be a good one. I need a light gray, which is also probably just gonna be concrete. Maybe... Do I need two kinds of gray? But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with light gray concrete for the shadowing. And then I think I'm already done. Because it's either the block of quartz or snow for the body. No, the quartz is not going to be the shading. The shading has to be a little bit light gray, so I don't know if I am going to switch to maybe stone, which might be a darker gray. I'll have to figure that one out in a second. Also need to check snow versus quartz, but I think it's going to be snow because it needs to be really white. I'm not picking white wool, by the way, because it needs to be metallic and not like with a cloth texture. And I try, apart from only going with matching blocks, I try to also include like what the material should be, if possible. So if it's like a metallic body, I try to go for smooth textures, if I have the opportunity. You know, so it's all little things to keep in mind. Let's check if the white and the gray is what we need. Okay, so here we have the options. Okay, I definitely want to go with the wool, because that's just the super... or, not the wool. The snow, because it's super smooth. I think they changed the snow texture, right? When going to, what was it, 1.14? For the shadowing... I kind of want to go more towards the stone, but maybe... Well, it already is smooth stone, so... And I don't want to go to the smooth stone. Maybe clay... It does have a smoother, like, texture than stone, but it's also way more, like, whitish gray. There's no other gray that I can use, is there? Maybe I'll actually still go with light gray concrete powder. I don't think there's any other gray that I really want to use. Nothing in the decoration blocks either, I think. I have once tried to use shulker boxes, but they eventually just despawn, so it doesn't really work. And it's especially at bigger builds, because I did it at a bigger build, which was the Pursuer from back in the day. Well, back in the day. Maybe a year, Jesus. But I tried to use shulker boxes in that one, but they just despawned when I wanted to look down at it, so it didn't work. So keep those things in mind. Zoom out sometimes when you are using a new block to make sure it doesn't despawn. With the end crystals, you can respawn the ender dragon. Wait, end crystals? The shroom light? What? What in the world? Sunflowers? Jeez, a soul lantern? What? A soul campfire? Dude, jeez, I need to play vanilla more, man. Damn, I've never used an Elytra. I don't even think I've defeated the End Dragon. Anyway, you know what? I found the gray that I want to use. Oh, this color selection is so simple compared to some of the builds. Oh, I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. It seems about right. And then it goes that way. It goes 5 back, hence the, I believe, 15 distance. Because I always want to keep a little bit of distance between the builds. And then we go that way. And it should be plenty of space to go that way. I think at the max will be like halfway of the deck, kind of something. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's actually build this thing. Let's see how quick I can do what I need to do. I mean, this isn't a speed building video, but while we're at it, it's not difficult anyway. And if I build it fast enough, I don't even have to speed up the footage for whenever I upload this to YouTube, so if people are watching this on YouTube with normal speed and all of the commentary with it, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the build. If you do, make sure to subscribe to the channel. All of that good stuff. 2, 4... That feeling when you know how long something is going to be. I love symmetry. Okay, hold up. This is the Tetris part, and then it's 1 higher. And then it's a 2x3... 4, 3, and then 3 up here. Go down. Make an L. Go like this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. And that should connect, and it does. 2 up here to the side. Go 2 up. Do that once more, but then make it 3 instead of 2. And we're already at the highest point of Atlas. Like this, and then I believe that this is not entirely symmetrical, because this arm is different. And then we go down like a plus kind of shape without the inner block. Let's do this real quick. This goes like a sideways W. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Go down like this. Tetris piece. 1, this connects up there. And then this connects up here. So, Atlas, without the eye in it. Let's do the coloring, which is also gonna be relatively quick to do. You only need like 3 different kinds of blocks, and you don't need to switch it all. It doesn't matter how complicated the build is that you're doing, man. You still need to do it, you still need to figure it out, you still need to put the time and effort in. That doesn't make it any less of an accomplishment when you do make it. The same what I say to people who try and do this, but like, I can't do like the big ass builds. Well, you don't have to, you know? You don't have to do the big ass builds. Obviously it's nice when you get there, but it's also exhausting to keep putting in time into these big things where, like the wolf that I did, which at some point will also be uploaded to YouTube. I think when I reach 100 subs on there, which is only 4 more, so once more, if you like the builds and want to see more, subscribe for more, and we have a build that took approximately 24 hours to be uploaded. Or not 24 hours to be uploaded, 24 hours to be built. But, you know, it doesn't matter how big it is. That took like a week or something to complete. That's like the endurance championship, right? Like, everything that you do, no matter how big or small, it's something, you know? You subbed? Well, thank you very much, my man. I kinda wanna include more shading into this. But this is the image, which I might tweak a little bit to see if I can get more depth into it. So, I'll keep you posted when we get there. Like I said, this is not gonna take extremely long. It's not that complicated. But I think that I will just include maybe something like this, which will highlight... Whoops! That will highlight like the circular ball that he's in, but without actually using the hard edges, which I might actually do. Yeah, that will definitely make it look better. Yeah, I think that looks better, right? If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, let me know as well. I think I will make this obsidian as well to make it look more like the back shoulder thing on here as well. Yeah, I think that's relatively decent. So let's start with the other one. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. So, this is going to be P-body, which will also include me tweaking it a little bit, just like that one. Atlas. So we'll see how this one is going to look. Just there for a while, looking over your shoulder. It was up to me. If the singing is going to be in the video, the music is probably not going to be, so I hope it's not too bad, otherwise I'm going to cut it out, and then it's, you gotta be in the stream. You gotta be there live in order to live, or, like, go through the torture that everyone else has to go through. So actually, I'm doing you a favor. No, never mind. Maybe I'll leave it in just because I can torture the guys on YouTube as well, as much as I'm torturing everyone on Twitch. Should I play Smite or Warframe? I don't know, I have never played Warframe before, so I cannot really help you with that question. I'm also using a slightly different technique with P-body. Like, or well, technique, it's not necessarily a technique, but because I'm coloring as I go, instead of doing outline first, coloring later, which is normally what I do, and which I'm probably going to return to now, apart from maybe if I'm actually at the arm, that I will fill in the arm, which, yeah, I am going to do, because it's just easy enough. Like, I'm only using something with physics, which is the light gray concrete powder. So as long as I place the concrete powder in something that's enclosed, then it shouldn't be a problem. And this also gives me an easy, like, way to check where I need to place the blocks, because I can follow along with... Oh, whoops. No, no, this is correct. Because I could just follow along with the blocks that I'm already placing, and then just do the outline around that. So if you're not as confident with an outline, or if you don't want to be taking as much risk, even though it's not necessarily an insane amount of risk, if you mess up the outline, and you're doing the outline first, then obviously you need to check on how the outline in general is. Because somewhere you made a mistake, and you don't know where. And I have had plenty of times where I needed to go back and fix the outline because I made a mistake somewhere, and if I use this technique, which is just placing the coloring as you go and just following those lines, then generally speaking, you shouldn't make a mistake, or it's like harder to make a mistake because you immediately have that double check of actually doing the, or placing the colors, which gives you the immediate feedback of like, hey, I'm still on the right path, I can continue without worrying at all. Am I doing this right? No. About where I need to place my blocks, so... But it's all about what you prefer, you know? I like doing both. It mainly depends on what kind of build that I'm doing at that moment. But most of the time, if I decide to do coloring a little bit while building, it's an arbitrary choice. And it doesn't really matter, because I've been doing this for approximately a decade now. A little bit on and off, doing it on servers, or on single player like now. So I have plenty of experience, and I have messed up plenty of times as well. But yeah, it's just what you prefer. To each their own. I won't judge you in whatever way you're gonna do it, so... And maybe there are different options as well, you know? You don't even have to make an outline. Sometimes when there is a build which doesn't have an outline, I will make my own outline, just because I am so used to it, or I think it'll look better with an outline. Like, it'll stand out a little bit more. But that's obviously personal preference. And sometimes I make an outline, and only then to realize that it sucks. So I even switch after the fact. Which doesn't make it, like, any better, but, you know, gives you a little bit of an option. Yeah, this doesn't look right. This looks more right. But not enough. Yeah, that looks good enough. Like it actually has the egg-shaped shell around it. And then we're already done. Well, that's how fast it can go. That is how fast it can go. Even with off-the-cuffs changes. There we go. That was quick. That's it. So, this is probably just gonna be an uncut video on YouTube. Because it's just this quick. Not too shabby. If you like this build, if you want to see more, maybe a world tour at some point, maybe through different worlds. Everyone who is watching this on YouTube at some point in the near future, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, like, subscribe. Don't subscribe twice, because then you unsubscribe, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's go to the next one. I'll see you then.